Hello, good afternoon. Thank you for joining us today. My name is Chris and I'm one of the Shortcuts educators. So I'm going to be conducting our last webinar for today, which is going to be all based on Shortcuts marketing. Okay, so this can be done via the cloud appointment book, or if you're a Shortcuts Live user, it can be all done via Shortcuts Live. Okay, so let's get started. Perfect. So a little bit of housekeeping just before we get started. My microphone has, of course, been switched on. Everyone else has automatically been muted. So hopefully everyone can hear me nice and loudly. The duration of this webinar will last approximately 45 to 60 minutes. And questions will be taken at the end of this session via the chat box. However, of course, if you do wish to ask me some questions throughout, please feel free to. That's not a problem whatsoever. So let's have a look at the benefits of Shortcuts marketing. So it's very quick and simple to use. It's accessible from a web browser because, of course, if you've used Shortcuts Live or if you're using Shortcuts Cloud Appointment Book, you will know it is all done via a web browser. Okay. It's accessible via a security level, so you can set up which of your staff members do have access to this. Wording and images are customizable. And the send times for your ongoing campaigns are currently preset, but a couple of them are customizable. Now, the reason they are preset is to make it nice and easy. It reduces error, okay? And all of the hard work's been done for you because, of course, you're going to be super duper busy for the time being. So let us do the hard work for you. That's what I say. You can preview and you can send test before you do activate them. You can set up SMS as well as email campaigns. You can do them both depending on which platform suits you best. They can be made inactive with the touch of a button. So it's very, very easy to activate and make them inactive. You can check your return on investment from the campaign sent. Essentially, you can see how well they are working for you. Perfect. So what we have here, we have a list of our ongoing automated campaigns. Now, please don't worry. You don't need to write these down or anything like that. The send schedules, what we're essentially looking at here, are all described with the campaigns actually in the marketing program. Okay, so you don't need to remember these, but just to give you a bit of a foot in the door. So we've got our new client welcome campaign, and this campaign is sent at 9 a.m. the day after a new client's visit. We've got our time to see you again campaign. And again, this is sent at 9 a.m. for clients who have not visited for 6 weeks with no future appointments. We've got our we miss you campaign. And again, this campaign will be sent to non-returning clients who have not been back for 16 weeks with no future appointment. Okay. We've got our happy birthday one. Again, this is sent at 9 a.m. on the day of the client's birthday. We've got our referral. This campaign will be sent to the clients who have referred friends or family at 9 a.m. the day after the referred client has visited your salon. We've got our appointment acknowledgement. This is sent 30 minutes after a client has created or updated an appointment. We've got our no-show campaign. And again, this is sent 30 minutes after an appointment is marked as a no-show. And we have our brand new campaign, okay? We've got pre-arrival instructions, okay? And again, this campaign will be sent 5 minutes to 24 hours before an appointment start time, okay? So fantastic for the time being with COVID still about. So we do have some useful links. Please feel free when you get your recording, please feel free to click onto these and have a good look round. We've got our COVID-19 templates. We've got some further classroom sessions. And of course, if you do need to contact us, you can do so at education@shortcuts.co.uk. Or if you'd prefer to give us a call, you can do on 0161 972 4900. So let's jump straight into our live demonstration. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to open up our preferred internet browser and we're going to search for our customer console, okay? And that is just console.shortcutsoftware.com, okay? So that's our customer console, console.shortcutsoftware.com. And there's a few things we just need to do in the background, okay? So there's a couple of things we're just going to check. So the third tile on the left-hand side is we're just going to click where it says Site Settings. And what we're going to do is we're going to ensure we have our company logo uploaded at the top of the screen, okay? Now this company logo, this salon logo, this will pull through to your email campaigns automatically. So as long as we've uploaded them here in our site settings, we won't need to continually add them to our email campaigns. It'll all be done automatically for you. Okay, then what we're going to do, we're going to scroll down and we're just going to ensure we have our full website and we have our full URL links for our Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter if applicable. So it does have to be the full link, okay, ladies and gents? It does have to be the full link. We can't just put @shortcuts or anything like that. It does have to be the full link. And again, those social media links will all pull through to your email campaigns automatically. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to hit the save button. And let's just wait for that to save. Give it a couple of seconds. Perfect. So that's everything in the background we needed to do. So now we've saved it, we're going to click the home button directly underneath. And this takes us right back to the beginning. So then all we need to do from here is navigate to either our Shortcuts Live system, if you're a live user, or navigate to our Cloud Appointment Book. There are two ways to access the Cloud Appointment Book. One is to use your online console as a stepping stone. I'm just going to click the cloud button in the top right hand corner. The second way to access our Cloud Appointment Book is to type in the website URL. And the website URL is pos.shortcutsoftware.com. And of course, if you're a live user, you will know it's exactly the same. Okay, so it's pos.shortcutsoftware.com. So we're now looking at our live system or our Cloud Appointment Book. Everything from here on out is exactly the same for live and cloud users. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to first determine which of our staff members have access to configuring marketing campaigns. So at the top of the screen, what we're going to do is we're going to click the menu button. And then we're going to click General Settings. And then we're going to click Roles, because we're going to determine which role type of our live or our Cloud Appointment Book has access to configuring Shortcuts marketing campaigns. Choose the relevant role type on the left-hand side. Expand permissions by clicking the red word. And then we're going to go down to configuration. Expand configuration, and you can see it says I can configure marketing campaigns. Either toggle this no to yes, whichever is applicable, and simply click the done button to confirm that. Perfect. We are now all set. We are now ready to get started with our marketing campaigns. So what we're going to do is we're going to click marketing. Okay, and on the left-hand side, you will see we have a list of all of our campaigns. You will see we have two types of campaigns. We have a once-off campaign, and we have an ongoing campaign. Okay, those are the two types of campaigns we have. We have once-off campaigns and we have ongoing campaigns. So let's start with our ongoing campaigns. Now, some of you may have been familiar, around 6 months to a year ago, we had a platform called Gcast, okay, which is where we use something called set and forget marketing. This is very similar to that, but it's much, much easier to get your head around. So this is going to be fantastic to get you started with our marketing platforms. So let's start with our ongoing campaigns. So over on the left-hand side, you can see a list of all of our ongoing campaigns, and they all open up in exactly the same way. So what we're going to do is we're going to click onto Happy Birthday. Okay. Now, all of the campaigns, like I said, they all open up in exactly the same way. It's only really the send schedule that changes. And the send schedule is essentially what triggers the campaign to be sent out, okay? And each time you click onto the relevant campaign, you will see the send schedule just here. So this message will be sent at 10 a.m. each day to all clients who are having a birthday. Underneath, we can see the campaign name. Underneath, if you need to, you can change the gender. And you can change the send time if you wish to. So if you want to, you can change this from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. to 9 a.m. But just to let you know, it can either be 30 past the hour, sorry, half past the hour, I should say, half past the hour or on the hour. If you change it to something like 10:15, it will automatically change it to 10:30, okay? And then underneath, all we need to do is simply decipher whether we're going to do an email campaign or an SMS campaign. Now, an SMS campaign is very, very easy. So all we would do is simply click onto SMS. And underneath there is the text message campaign. Now, please be aware you can only use 138 characters, okay? But other than that, it's just literally like sending a text message to our friends. So let's have a look at our email campaigns. So what we're going to do, we're going to click onto email. And here at the top, you will see it says display logo. Now that logo will be uploaded directly from your site settings. So it pulls it through automatically. Okay, you don't need to worry about uploading anything here. As long as you did it at site settings, like we did of our online console, that will pull through automatically. Then underneath we have a display image. Now a display image will of course make your email campaign look that little bit more bespoke, a little bit more attractive, okay? Now if you wanted to upload an image, all you would need to do is pop a tick in a display image box and simply click choose file. And of course you can upload one of the images from your computer, from your desktop. If not, as long as there's no copyright issues, we can take one from Google, Shutterstocks, all of those kind of things. Now, I have a happy birthday picture just here that I'm going to upload. And we've uploaded that there. It's as simple as that. Then as we move down, we've got the email subject. So you can see it says happy birthday customer first name. And you'll notice anything in these double brackets, this is what we refer to as a personalized field, okay? Now, if we were to remove that personalized field, what a personalized field is it brings that information through from shortcuts. So in that case, it would have brought through the customer's first name. Now, if you ever want to change that or edit it to the right-hand side, you can see it says insert field. And just here, we've got customer first name. So if we click onto that, it will pull through that client's first name. And exactly the same with the body of the email. We can see that just here. We've got hi customer first name. And again, that is a personalized field. It will pull that information through from shortcuts. Then underneath, we have the rest of the body of the email. Now, of course, you can change this. You can edit this if you need to. But you can see here from all of us at Shortcuts Retreat Birmingham, we wish you a very happy birthday. But of course, you can edit all of this if you need to. Then as we scroll down, we have a little offer box. Now, of course, this is this particular client's birthday. So you may wish to offer them some money off. Now, if you do add any money off, I would always recommend assigning it to a discount code, okay? Now, the reason we assign it to a discount code is so we can track exactly how well this campaign is doing for us. Now, to create a discount code, this is done via our Shortcuts Fusion system, and that's done via creating discount reasons. If you're not confident how to do this, please let me know at the end, and I will show you how to create a discount reason. And the discount code, the discount reason will just pull through to here, okay? Then underneath, all we're going to do is we're going to pop our terms and conditions in. Okay, so this can be simply used Monday to Friday, a minimum spend of £30, something like that. That's where you're going to pop those terms and conditions in. Now, of course, if you don't want to add any offers or anything like that, in the top right-hand corner of the offer box, you will see a cross. Simply clicking on that cross will remove that offer down. And to bring it back, just simply click the plus sign or the add offer. Okay, and you can just add that offer back in. Underneath, we have a Book Now button. Now, the Book Now button will always automatically be there for you. You don't need to do anything. You don't need to add in any links or anything along those lines. If you don't want to have your online booking button there, again, all you need to do is hit the cross in the top right-hand corner. And underneath, we have our preview button, and we have our send test, and we have our activate. So if we click onto the preview and just give it a couple of minutes just to generate that preview for us there. Excellent stuff. So there we go. We've created a fantastic campaign in less than 10 minutes there. So you can see we've got our logo that automatically pulls through. And of course, we added our happy birthday image there to make it that little bit more attractive. Then underneath, of course, we've got our body of our email. And then directly down the bottom here, we have our social media links such as Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and our web page. Now down the bottom, you will always notice there is this button here where it says unsubscribe from our emails. That is just due to GDPR. All we're going to do is cross that down. Now you can send yourself a test by clicking on the send test button, and you can just input an email address to send that campaign to. Now please be aware, if you do send yourself a test, you may end up with the campaign that says something along the lines of Dear John, with a random appointment time, okay? So please don't worry about that. That's just simply plucking a random appointment date and time and a random name out of the system. And then of course, to activate it, you literally just click activate in the bottom right-hand corner. And to deactivate it, you just simply click the deactivate button. This button here will change to deactivate. And then all we need to do is click the done button. And that is how we can create one of our ongoing campaigns. Now, like I said, all of the ongoing campaigns, they all open up in exactly the same way. But what we are just going to have a quick look at now, we're going to have a look at our pre-arrival instructions. Now, this is because this was launched around 2 to 3 weeks ago. Okay, so if we click onto pre-arrival instructions, and again, you could decide whether this is going to be email or SMS. And you can notice at the top here, we have our send schedule. This can be sent anywhere from 5 minutes to 24 hours before an appointment. However, please note that the send schedule is in minutes. So if you want to send it 24 hours before, you will need to convert 24 hours into minutes. But fear not, 24 hours in minutes is 1,440 minutes. Okay, 24 hours in minutes is 1,440 minutes. So you could just simply type that in there. Then underneath, we can click onto the email or the SMS button exactly the same as before. And again, everything else opens up in exactly the same way. But as you'll notice when you see the body of the email, it says, please wait for further instructions from our team. Now, we've also launched something called ad hoc text messages. Now, using these pre-arrival instructions, what we're looking at here, alongside in conjunction with our ad hoc text messages, creates a powerful duo. Because, of course, we could send our pre-arrival campaign 24 hours before, and then 5 or 10 minutes before the client is due in for their appointment, we can send our ad hoc text message, okay? And that will let them know the pre-arrival instructions, okay? So what they need to do. So I'm going to show you those pre-arrival instructions now. So to set up your instructions, to set up your ad hoc text messages, I do apologize, to set up your ad hoc text messages, what we're going to do is click the menu button. And we're going to click where it says Communications Setup. And you can see just here, we've got some text message templates. And over on the left-hand side, you will see we've got 2 default templates. So we've got please come to the front desk. Now, these are all text message templates here. So you can see we've got hi customer first name. The team at Shortcuts Retreat Birmingham are ready for your appointment. Please come to the front desk. So you can send this text message a couple minutes before the client is due in, letting that client know that they are you're ready for them. Okay, so I'm going to show you now how to send an ad hoc text message. So unfortunately, because I'm on a test system, I'm not able, see if I can do it with this client just here. I don't think there's a number on, but all you would need to do is tap onto the appointment, click onto the 3 dots, and you can see just here where it says SMS customer. If you click onto SMS customer, you can choose one of your templates, or you can just simply write out a message exactly like you would from your mobile phone. Okay, so you'd click onto SMS customer. You can choose one of the default templates, such as please come to the front desk, or of course you can write your own message to that client. And as you can see, utilizing that with your pre-arrival instructions is a fantastic and very powerful duo to use. So you can activate your pre-arrival instructions around 24 hours before, and then a few moments before that client is due in, you can do the ad hoc text messages by clicking onto the client and clicking SMS customer. Okay, so we've looked at our ad hoc text messages and we've looked at our ongoing campaigns, but what about if we wanted to send a once-off campaign, okay? Now, a once-off campaign, as the name suggests, will be sent out purely the once, okay? And we have 2 variations of our once-off campaigns. We have our message all clients, and we have our targeted campaign. So let's start first and foremost with our message all clients once off campaign. So again, this campaign will be sent to all clients and it will only be sent out the once. So these are typically used for seasonal events such as Mother's Day, Father's Day, Valentine's, and so forth. So let's click on to message all clients. And you can see everything opens up in exactly the same way. The send schedule. This message will be sent on the 29th of July at 9 a.m. to all clients. Just to let you know, the date here is whatever date you start to send the campaign out. So if you start creating it tomorrow, it'll be the 30th of July and so forth. Underneath, you can change the gender. So maybe this is particularly aimed at men or particularly aimed at females. It may be Father's Day, it may be Mother's Day. Underneath, you can change the send time or again the send date. So maybe you want to send it in the future. And exactly the same as before, you can decipher whether it's going to be email or SMS. Now, the only main difference, everything opens up in exactly the same way, but because this is a once-off campaign, the campaign at face value will be totally blank, okay? So when you initially access it, it will be totally blank. The reason for this is, of course, we don't know exactly what you want to say. So it'll be up to yourselves to fill the blanks in, okay? So it could be we're starting to reopen, we're starting to offer these extra services, we have a new staff member, happy Valentine's Day, Father's Day, Mother's Day, and so forth. Okay, and everything else opens up in exactly the same fashion. So let's click the Done button. Okay, so that was message all clients and that was a once-off campaign. But what about if we wanted to target a certain demographic of clients? You'll see our second variation of once-off campaigns is our targeted campaign. This is where we're going to create a list of clients we wish to target, okay? Now, upon doing this webinar with me, you'll get some good tips and tricks of the kind of clients you may wish to target. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to click onto targeted campaign on the left-hand side. And again, everything opens up in exactly the same way. And again, you can decipher whether it's going to be email or SMS. And what we're going to do is we're going to click onto email. And again, everything else opens up in exactly the same way. Now, of course, with our targeted campaign, very similar to our message all clients campaign, the body of the email would be blank because, of course, we don't know what you want to say. So you'd have to just fill this aspect out. But of course, we've got the offers, we've got the book now button. Everything is exactly the same. The only difference we have is just down here where it says our recipient list. Now, if you can imagine, we have said we're going to target a certain list of clients, okay? So we need to create this list of clients, and this is all done via Fusion. Fusion is the name of your main desktop salon software. So what we're going to do is we're going to open up Fusion. We're going to click onto Tools on the right-hand side, and we're going to click onto Marketing. In the bottom left-hand corner, you can see we have a Clients button just here. So we can click onto this and we can start to filter some of the parameters down. So we can then filter our clients by preferred employee. If you've set up a specific club, if you were on my webinar this morning where we spoke about that, and we've got our staff club, we've got our NHS club. So you might wish to send a campaign to all your NHS club members, that kind of thing. And you can see there's lots of different ways we can filter our clients down. What we're going to do is we're going to click the Done button. Now, you'll also notice as we look at this screen here, you'll see we've got a start date and we've got an end date. This is if you wish to filter your clientele from a start date where they visited you to an end date. And what you'll also notice, we have at the top of the screen here, we have services done / products purchased. And we also have services not done / products not purchased. So let's say we wanted to target our clientele that have maybe visited for a coloring service, but they've never visited for a styling service. Okay, so that's quite generic. But what about if we wanted to be specific? What about if we wanted to target our clients that have always visited for a root tint, but they've never visited for a full head tint? Or maybe they've always come in for a half head of highlights, but never a full head of highlights. So we're trying to entice them in. So at the top of the screen here, where it says services done, you can see it says categories. If we click onto categories, it will show a list of all of your service categories. So I'm going to click color. Service is done, and that will find any service under the colouring category. Underneath, you will also see we've got services not done. And if we click onto categories, let's click onto our ladies service category. So that will find a list of clientele that have visited for any service that falls under the colouring category, but have not visited for any service that falls under the ladies category. But we can be more specific than that. So let's just delete these out. And we're going to click the services button this time, which is going to enable us to choose a specific service. So I've said the services done are half head of highlights, and the services not done are full head of highlights. You can also do the same for companies, products, and lines. So maybe it's somebody's always purchased L'Oreal, but they've never purchased Redken. Or it could be they've always purchased a particular line under L'Oreal, but they've never purchased the other line that would maybe complement it. Or, of course, you could do specific products. Maybe they've always purchased Bain Satin 1 shampoo, but they've never purchased the relevant conditioner. Okay. Now, of course, the more specific you are, the more niche you will find it becomes. Okay. So what we're going to do, let's just set ourselves a nice easy one. So let's go back to our categories. We're going to go for they've always visited for a ladies service, but they've never visited for a colouring service. And once you've filled out the parameters, all we need to do is right down the bottom of the screen is simply click the compute button. And then what we're going to do is we're going to click done. The warning message is always saying that clients may have opted out due to GDPR. There is nothing we can do about this. So we're going to click done. And you can see we've got a list of our clients on the left-hand side. Now, of course, I'm using a test system, so that's why I've only got a couple of clients. But hopefully when you ladies and gents do this, you will have, 2, 3, 4, 500, however many it may be. And to see the exact amount of results you have, we can see to the center right-hand side of our screen, where it says results. Now, if you're doing an email campaign, if you're deciding to send this campaign out via email, I would always recommend you click the button where it says exclude no email, because you'll see straight away that drops my results down to 0. So essentially nobody would receive this campaign. Now, of course, it's not the world's biggest deal because it's free of charge to send an email. But all you're going to get is bounce backs. But of course, you are going to get an inaccurate reading of the amount of clients it's going to go to. However, if you're going to send a text message campaign, I would always exclude no mobile. Okay, because of course you will still be charged if you send a campaign to a client without a valid mobile number. Okay, so once you're happy with everything, we need to save this list of clients. So what we're going to do is we're going to click the save button on the right hand side. We're going to rename it. And then what we're going to do is we're going to click the browse button. And this is simply where we're going to choose to save our document. Now you'll notice by default, it saves it in a folder called letters, which is in a folder called point of sale, which is in a folder, which is in a folder, which is in a folder. So I'd recommend saving it somewhere safe and secure, but you will remember where it is. Then the last thing we need to do is simply open up our Shortcuts Marketing, click the choose file button, and just simply upload the list of clients, okay, from wherever you saved it. The last step would be to simply activate it, okay, and that would send that campaign out to all of those clients. And that is it. So just as we draw to a close, the last thing I need to show you is how we can track our return on investment. Now, you may remember about 10 to 15 minutes ago, I said if you're ever offering any discount, please ensure you assign it to a discount code. That is so we can track how well this campaign is doing for you. And this can be found under the dashboard. So if we click onto dashboard at the top of the screen, and if we scroll right down, we can see our campaign ROI just here. ROI standing for return on investment. So we can see how well these discounts, these campaigns are doing for us. And that is it. Thank you ever so much for joining us this afternoon. If you do have any questions, please feel free to drop those across to me now. Lovely. Thank you very much. Any other questions for me this afternoon? Lovely. Thank you very much. I think that's it for all of the questions this afternoon. I just want to thank everyone for joining us today. If you were on all of my webinars today, thank you ever so much. We will, of course, be resuming all of our webinars next week as well. We've got lots of other stuff to show you moving forward, so please stay tuned. All that's left to say, thank you ever so much for joining me. Hope everyone found it informative. Stay safe, and I'll speak to you all again soon. Thank you ever so much. Bye-bye.